Hey, welcome to this month's market update. Eric Hatcher with Century 21. I just wanted to get this off early here in December to discuss a little bit about the market trends, 2022, what's kind of the forecast of what all the economists and people are actually discussing and saying, and share this information here before we get too close to Christmas, when we get busy with family and kind of fun things there. And just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and be safe and enjoy the time with family, because I've got all 5 of my kids coming home this Christmas, so I'm pretty excited about it. So let me share a little bit there. Maybe move me over here. So ShowingTime monthly index. Now, ShowingTime, if you guys aren't familiar with ShowingTime, it is a system that is out there. A lot of MLSs use it to actually go in and schedule appointments for to see houses. Like agents will actually use it to actually schedule a house. So inside the MLS, I can just push a button and say, hey, I want to come see this home. So it's interesting to see in the statistics of what's kind of happening here. You can see we had a big jump there in January. Here's the kind of the 2020. We had a little bit right when we all got locked down and people couldn't leave anywhere, and then it kind of jumped back up, and then it just completely spiked here in 2021 of the quantity amounts of real estate agents booking appointments to go see properties. And you can see it's kind of flattening out now right here. Now, of course, keep in mind here, though, this is way higher it was before, because I want to show you that one of these next screens here that I want to show you here kind of what's going on. You can see this line kind of cut across here. So even before 2020, we're actually at higher volumes than that. But let's go back here and actually look all the way back in 2017 to kind of get a feel of kind of what ShowingTime was doing of the last 5 Septembers. So you can see here, I'm going to move myself down here. So you got 2021. So we are below of the September month we were in 2020. But look at the norm here of the pre-norm before the pre-pandemic of where kind of the normalcy of Septembers were with the seasonality of the different fall season coming. So you can see that we're still way above that than we were back then. So it's kind of interesting to see on the quantity of showings, because our inventory is still so low currently right now. So let me read this here, that sales in a non-selling environment, or let's see, sorry, I'm trying to hide my picture around here. It's 548,000. So we were 2.7 below the sales in September of 2020, excluding last September, distorted by the delay of the selling season. So this is the non-normal selling time that were the strongest. They've been the strongest since 2005. So there's still a lot of buyers and a lot of people coming to want to purchase some properties, which is fantastic. But I wanted to share that a little bit about the headlines here. That headlines are, right now in some of the news and just the world and kind of what's happening right now, is that headlines do more to really terrify than they really clarify. So I really want you to be careful when you actually go in and take a look. For instance, I want to show this, that here's like Realtor.com, for instance, which basically just comes up and says, hey, foreclosures are shooting up. It's really for early for 2000, housing crisis. When you read the article, maybe that might scare you by the title. Maybe we just read the little introduction there. But when you really get deeper and actually go into some of these articles, it's actually, yes, maybe they were up a little bit of 28,000 here. It's kind of expecting to have a little bit of up, but not in 2019. They were still way higher. So maybe from last year, because we kind of expect that with the with things happening here towards the end with the mortgage coming back due and stuff, of people who were maybe not paying on their mortgages and things. So I just want you guys to be kind of careful a little bit about watching some of this newscast, because here's another one that says, and I think this is the CNBC, says mortgage originations drop 33%, but when you really get into it, it doesn't really kind of go into those type of articles. That kind of just talks about other things. So talks about refinances. So I thought this was interesting. Do you think now is a good time to buy a house? So what do you think? So this was actually asked in the University of Michigan survey that they just discussed. In 2020, in February, 70% of the people right there in the beginning of the pandemic, right before it started, and then it dropped in 2020 and 65%. And then in September 2021, it was 32% that thought maybe it was a good time to purchase a house. And so with this huge spike of pricing and appreciation, less people are kind of thinking of that and maybe taking a moment to say, maybe I'm going to wait, or maybe it's not really a good time. So let me share a little bit about what these economists and people are discussing for the 2022 housing market. Right now, and this is Doug Duncan, a senior VP of chief economist of the Fannie Mae, said right now we forecast mortgage rates to average 3.3% in 2022. People always ask me, they say, are the interest rates going to go up? We always, as agents, go, well, yeah, because we're in historic lows that we've never seen this low before. And right now they're kind of bouncing from 2.8 up to 3 the next week. So they're kind of moving around. So it's going to go up in 2022. We all know that it's just going to it just will, which thought slightly higher than 2020 and 2021 by historic standards remains extremely low in support of the mortgage demand and affordability. So I want to share that with you, though, that if the interest rates go up about 0.5%, it really hurts our buying power. You lose about $30,000 to $50,000 worth of buying power about every 0.5% that the interest rate goes up. So we kind of want to watch that. So some people thinking, well, I might just wait. I might wait for there's more inventory. I might wait for the prices to come down. Well, if the interest rates are going to go up, that might be a little bit of a problem for you, because here's what they're kind of projecting here of the first quarter: 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. So my first mortgage was 9. And I know my dad and my parents, they had an 18 point something percent interest rate. So, hey, we're looking really good here in the threes versus way, way higher when we came out in the 2018. So our interest rates are extremely low, but we just kind of want to watch that if you delay a buying, delay a purchase, then you might find yourself with a 3.6 or 3.5, when right now you might be able to get anywhere, maybe a 2.9 to 3% interest. Then that's going to actually affect your payment for the long term, because if you look at 15 or 30 years. This was kind of some fun. The home prices forecast for 2022, and these are the big boys. This is Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all these people that are out there saying this is where we feel in the United States that the percentage of appreciation is going to go. But if you take the average, is about 5.1%. So if you sit there and go, hey, I don't really want to buy a home right now, and you wait, you could be potentially losing. And they're actually discussing that this is going to be the same standard of appreciation for the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years. And so that's going to be, 10, 15, 20% more potential equity that you could get out of your home if you bought today. So that would be something that I would encourage to continue to look at, your finances, and maybe it is, still a good time for you to actually purchase a home now versus waiting. So then you can actually take advantage of the great interest rates. Home sales forecast to increase this year and perform well again in 2022. So you can see that we just don't have a lot of inventory in homes. So we're going to continue to have a fantastic 2022 is what they're basically projecting for us to do. Let's see. So I got 2022 should be another strong year for the housing market, says Mike, from another chief economist, senior vice president for research and industry technologies. So these are the big boys that are out there on the stock market and checking things out and discussing this with us. So let me, I love this picture. This is kind of a picture of maybe what's been happening in the last 2 years. Maybe you guys some of you have been working at home, stuck at home, definitely during the lockdowns that we were kind of like mandatory in different states, and we have to be home. So we were scrambling to trying to find a quiet place to those with children, a quiet place to have an office, to have school, whatever it might be. So home right now, I want to share a little bit of feelings about what people have felt that their home has been to them in the last 2 years. Don Layton, a senior industry fellow, Joint Center of Housing Studies in Harvard University, states, homeownership is regarded as causing an improvement in the quality of life of a typical family. It is the most common method for such a family to build wealth that can be used for retirement or other needs, including helping the next generation. Such wealth creation, therefore, provides a major social as well as economic benefit. And so let me share some statistics here. So this was a research here of what people actually felt in 2021. What was the state of the American homeowner? What did they feel like when it came down to home ownership, or how they felt? So 64% of American homeowners say living through the pandemic has made their home more important to them than ever before. And 83% of homeowners say their home has kept them safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. And 91% of homeowners say they felt safe and secure, stable, or successful owning a home. When you look at these numbers, and they're rising from the years past, that because of the pandemic, that people are looking at homes differently. People are wanting to be secured and secured in their homes and feel safe in them. So it's not just the value of where the appreciation, but it's also their home, what they call, their safe haven of being home, as we're coming out of this pandemic. So the state of America homeowner in 2021, last year staying home became a necessity, and that caused many homeowners to have renewed gratitude for the roof over their head. And is that absolutely true? So I want to share here that homeowners who feel emotional, attached to their home, pre-pandemic, 58% of the people kind of felt attached to their home. And now, right now, the studies show more than ever, 70% of people feel the emotional attachment to their home, and how important a homeowner is, not just the home ownership, but just the home itself. All right. In conclusion, just want to share with Mark Fleming, the chief economist from First American. He says buying a home is not just a financial decision, it's also a lifestyle decision. And isn't that the truth there? So guys, I just wanted to share that if you guys want our new 2022 fall guides, winter guides that are going to be coming here from selling or buying homes, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to help. Thank you so much for watching this market update. I'm very excited about the market and the housing market, both on seller side, buyer side, because home is definitely a beautiful place for all us to be. All right, take care, guys.